topic is natural selection. In this evolution, we come across where is the universe formed. Okay, how universe formed? Through the Big Bang theory. Okay, Big Bang theory, there is a universe formed. After that, galaxies are formed. In the space, galaxies are formed, and solar system is formed. There is a Earth, which is 4.5 billion year ago. There is a Earth formed. Universe is formed 20 billion year ago. So after that, there are species formed through the gases together to form a species. There are certain experiments and theories we did come across. So now, after developed species, what is the natural selection? Nature can select what are the species can survive or what are the species cannot survive. So this is what today topic is, natural selection. There are more evidences like embryological evidences, paleological evidences, and there are certain experiment evolution is there. In the evidences described, there are many species are origin in this earth. So that much of species not there nowadays. Okay, what are the species they can throw out, they can develop with their reproduction system. Okay, nature will support some species, nature can destroy some species. The destroyed species, for example, Jurassic era, there are dinosaurs. Nowadays, there is no dinosaurs. Does it mean they extinct? Nature did not support for them survival, for their survival. This is what nature can decide, what kind of species can exist, what kind of species can exit. Okay? This is what today our topic. For example, we have to take for example through this topic. Okay, we will go to study about natural selection. Guys, natural selection, the definition of the natural selection is a process in which the organism better to adapt, mean the organism can, if they want to survive, they should be adapt for the natural conditions. That is, the conditions are physical conditions, like physically they can change, and physiological, mean their body within the chemical reaction in their body they can change, and behavior also. Behavior mean if we are very hot, we have to move somewhere where there is sufficient environment. This is what three types of adaptation according to the nature system. Okay, in that way, the selection is to their environment survive and reproduce. They can survive and they can reproduce their number. Mean for the next generation they can give the birth. Okay, in that way they can keep their generation is multiple into the next era. Those less adapted either die or fail to reproduce. Some species they do not adapt for the nature conditions. They can less reproductive or they can not survive. Okay, there are many species nowadays we don't observe, the previous they existed. Okay, key point for the NEET, key point. Okay, well adapted organisms passes their traits to the next generation. Their traits mean their generation, mean their kids. Okay, they can pass to the next generation. Okay, basis of the natural selection. What is the basis about the natural selection? What is the basis? That required phenotypic variations in the population. That required in this example, if come across in this example, phenotypic adaptation mean phenotypic variation. Variation mean it is a type. Okay, there are number of variations in a species they can adapt for the phenotypic. Like phenotypic mean if you see some species, they are like they can hide in the trees leaves. Okay, they adapted their skin color into the green. Up to the nature they can adapt their skin color. Mean phenotypic mean external surface of their body, what color they can produce. Okay, yes, there is a variation. It drives adaptation of the species to the environment. Mean guys, actually if any changes in their body physiologically, morphologically, okay, they can easily survive in the nature, they can coexistence with the nature. Otherwise, if they don't adapt, they cannot survive into the next generation, next time. Okay? Does it mean nowadays there is a technology? If the people don't adapt to the learn to the technology, they are behind the people others who far in the technology, with the technology. So guys, if any things happen in the nature, new things come into the systems, we have to adapt it for the our survival. Mean either it is natural, either it is artificial. Okay, we should adapt. Okay, in the chapter, nature can decide what type of species can survive, what type of species they can extinct. Okay, yes. The Biston Beetleria, this is the most important term, guys. That is the name of the one species. That is the species is the common name is peppered moth. Peppered moth is the like butterfly, guys. Butterfly. Peppered moth is the butterfly. That name is Biston Beetleria. Biston Beetleria is the one species for the example for the natural selection. Okay, we are going to study about what is the species, how they can survive, how they can change modification externally. Okay, yes, it is the classic example of evolution by natural selection. Biston Beetleria is a species, is the classic example for the natural selection in the evolution. Evolution, does it mean change, guys? Evolution mean change. If not change, no evolution. No evolution, if the evolution is not there, no survive, no survive. This is the simple mechanism, guys. Evolution means to change. If not change, there is no evolution. If there any no evolution, there is no species, there is no survive. Okay? This is what the Biston Beetleria, how they can survive with their changes adapted to the evolution, along with the evolution. Yeah, going to discuss into the next slide, guys. Okay, yeah, Biston Beetleria, guys, just see, this is the peppered moth, okay. This is the one color, this is the one color, this is the C, industrial evolution. Guys, example of the industrial melanism. Melanism mean, melanism is a color, it is a color, skin color, produced by a hormone according to the body change, according to the physiological change. Physiological. According to the physiological change within the body change, they can produce, the hormone can produce the skin color, that is melanin. Okay, the melanin can determine the what type of color your skin is there. Okay, this is what the two types of moths, white wala and black. Black is melanin. Okay, white is there is no melanin. Melanin can produce the dark color of the skin. Okay, white is there is no melanin which is produced, black is melanoid. Okay, that is we can call dark winged. Okay, this is a dark wing, the type of melanin, and this is white winged. WHI, yep. Okay, guys, before industrial revolution, 1850, during time of 1850, guys, English people are more advanced in the globally. English people are more advanced. They are industrially developed. Industrially developed mean there is an industry which can produce the goods, okay. The goods, certain cloths, or they can produce certain cement, like factories are there. Factories nothing but industries, okay. That is the factories, industries, they can create a pollution. The goods turn into the production, it is making in the process, they can certain byproducts create a pollution, okay. That is the pollution is not there before 1850. 1850 in England there is a like place before 1850, there is no industrially developed the country. In that time, there are some species are there, peppered moth, that is Biston beetleria, the species which is butterfly like species Biston beetleria. There are 90% white, wala 19% there are white winged species are there, 10% are black winged species are there, okay. This is the ratio 90:10 before 1950, before 1850, okay. White 90%, black mean dark color, which are 10% only, okay. The trees also there, that is the tree name lichen, light color lichen, okay, light color lichen. There are some trees are white color lichen, white moths are, they were camouflaged mean they change their color according to the lichen, mean lichen is the tree which is white in color. There are more species, the white winged moths are also white in color, okay. Black moths were more visible for the preyed upon, mean guys I will tell you. Okay. Before 1850, no industrial revolution, in this condition 90% white moths, okay, 10% black mean dark moths 10%, and the trees are lichens white in color, okay. This is the tree guys, lichen tree, okay, lichen tree. This is the tree, assume it is a white in color. This is the tree, guys. Tree, this is the bark, tree bark, this is white in color. Okay, this 90% wala lays on this, the butterflies are lays on this. Okay, this is the butterfly, assume. This is the butterfly. The lays on white, and 10% are the dark in nature, guys. 10% are dark in nature. They are 10% dark in nature in the bark. So if the birds, okay, birds are there, they can fly into the tree. They can observe only the dark color species. They can observe only the dark color species. They can eat dark wala. The birds can eat dark moths. That's why their number is only 10%. The number is decrease. Dark moths, numbers decrease by eating birds. By eating birds. Okay, in this condition, the dark moths are the number is going to reduce, because of they can easily observe by birds. They can easily visible. Okay, they can easily visible by birds. There is no industrial revolution. There is a nature will select the number of species. How many they can survive? Dark wala is low survive, white wala is high survive. Because of this is the nature, the lichen tree, this is the combination of fungus and algae tree. This is white in color. So due to this white in color, the white wala they can more survivable, because of the bark they cannot, these birds they cannot identify easily for the white moths. Because of the bark is white in color, they can fly into the tree. They easily observe the dark wala due to the white bark of the lichen tree. Nature will select, right? Nature will select in this condition. There is a dark population is 10%, white person. In this condition, dark 10%, white 90%. Because of this industrial revolution, there is no industrial revolution, there is no pollution. In this condition, the lichen is white in color. They can easily secure white moths, and the dark moths are easily identified by birds. Birds can eat that population. That's why the population is reduction. The dark population is reduction. Okay, up to here clear? Yeah, there is another scenario. That is after 1850, there is a industrial revolution. Industrial revolution. After 1850, there is a industrial revolution. Industrial revolution means there is a development is going to take place. After 1850, there are many developments are going to take place globally. Okay, there is goods are produced globally. The England, there is a place which is industrially developed in the globally. Okay, they can create more pollution in this industrial development. There are more pollution is created. So in this condition, if the pollution is created, there is a weather conditions like trees and other weather like atmosphere, if the changes, there is a trees also, they can change their number and their nature. Physiological changes are going to take place in the tree. In this condition, there is a tree lichen. The name of the tree is lichen, right? So this is the tree lichen tree. Okay, in this tree, guys, this is the tree lichen. Lichen. Okay, the bark of the tree going to turn into the dark wall, dark in nature. This is dark in nature. Because of industrial revolution, the lichen color, phenotypic color change their color white to dark, okay. In this condition, there is the species or the dark wala increase, dark species like moths increased into 90% and white moths decreased into 10%. The ratio will change. Because of there is a species, this is the white species, white wala species, if they lay on the bark, okay, this is the dark wala species, lay on the bark of the tree. If the birds they enter, they can easily observe the white wala because of the bark is dark. Dark moths are easily, they can hide in this bark. The white wala they can easily observe by this bird. In this condition, there is a white moths are very reduced because of they can eaten by birds, and the dark moths their population will increase because of they do not get affected by birds, because of this dark bark color will change into white into dark. That is industrial revolution after 1850 in the condition of the England. So nature will decide, nature can change the system of the bark color. In that condition, nature will give the number of species, either white or dark. According to the situations, nature can select what can survive. Okay, this is the most explained example, guys. Most important for exam point of view also. The peppered moth is the common name. The moth name is Biston bitillaria. The tree name is lichen. Okay, yeah. We are going to see in the slide. Just look into this this is white wala, white moths in the bark. Okay. Yeah, just look into this. After industrialization, before industrialization, here this is the industrialization guys. Okay, industries developed. Okay, before industrialization. After industrialization, 1920, during the 1920, just you have to observe the dark wala, they did not visible by birds. Okay, the white wala they can easily visible for the birds. They can eat. The birds can eat the white wala. The tree trunks darkened due to the smoke and yeah, if the industrial is developed, there is a smoke will release into the atmosphere that leads to the changes of the color of the trees. Okay, yes, black moths are camouflaged, mean they can easily hide in the bark. Survived better, white moths were eaten more. Melanic moths are population increase. Melanic mean dark moths is the melanin. Okay, melanin is the pigment which can decide the color of the skin, which is dark. Okay, yes. Conclusion: natural selection is favor for traits. Traits mean species that increases survival chances in a given environment. Camouflage is played a key role. No variant was fully eliminated. It is the diversity was retained. Guys, this is the important the term. No variant was fully eliminated. Actually, there are certain species are there in the earth. Yeah, natural selection key points for NEET. Okay, depend on phenotypic variation. Nature will always this example depend on phenotypic variation, mean external type. Okay, yeah. Favorable traits. Favorable traits are the passed to the next generation. Favorable traits only pass they can for the next generation. Okay, that leads to the adaptation the species their environment. It does not eliminate all variants. Diversity is remain. Diversity is always remain. Okay. Yes. Example for the industrial revolution for NEET. Okay. Here two types of peppered moths, white winged peppered moths and dark winged melanic peppered moths. Before industrialization 1850, there is white they can survive. After there is a black can survive. Yes, and after industrialization, the black moths are camouflaged and survived. Okay, white moths are exposed, preyed upon. Mean there is a birds they can eat. Okay, conclusion: environmental changes altered the survival chances. Environmental changes alter the survival chances. Okay, natural selection is the favored camouflage moth, proves that survival of the fittest is not elimination of others. Survival at the fittest, it is the theory of the Darwin. Okay, it is not eliminated of others. Okay, yes. Guys, NEET points. What is natural selection? Non-random but act on random variation. This is the most important. It is a non-randomly taken place. It is the random variations, and it is the key mechanism of Darwin's theory of evolution. Natural selection is the Darwin theory of evolution. It is the key mechanism, guys. Okay. Industrialization mechanism is a classic example for the natural selection. This may be asked in the exam. What is the classic example of the natural selection? Is the industrialization. Okay, industrialization is the natural classic example for the industrialization mechanism is the classic example for the natural selection. Guys, today topic is natural selection. I hope are you clear about this topic. We will go continue into the next topic tomorrow. Thank you.